Dreams.
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
And what's up, everybody? How are you doing? Yes. What's up, the Floyd? Always the first. Always the first. J Cat, formerly Wound Up Penguin. How you doing? And Wraith the Emperor. What is up? Yes, man. Love. Oh my God. Yes. It's the Sam Ash. How you doing? But yeah, man. Spaceballs my favorite. I love Spaceballs, man. Ice Queen Gaming. How you doing? How's everybody doing here? It's another Monday, another grinds. What a crazy weekend. What some sad news with our good friends The Last of Us. We'll talk about that with the leaks. Oh, goodness. I haven't seen anything. I'm not saying anything. King Thrash, what's up, man? I'm not saying anything. I didn't see anything. And just gonna, but Redemption has come today, man. Release dates. Eddie T, what's up? And some reviews on Gears Tactics. Oh no. Yeah, people don't post any spoilers. Come on now. Don't even talk about it. I think Sony has done a anyway, we'll talk about this. But anyway, Last of Us 2, Ghost, Summertime, and Gears Tactics. And here we go. And there we are. Yes. Oh, no. I didn't see anything. So, it's been a crazy weekend, everybody. Avoid the net. Block everything. So, apparently, what happened over the weekend, or at least yesterday, I think it was that story elements and stuff to Last of Us 2 leaked. Who knows, by disgruntled employees. There's some screenshot taken down. Some people using it to do console war stuff and ruin the game. Yo, that's bullshit. You cut that out. All right? Don't share anything.
No deal.
All right? This game is going to be the biggest game of the generation. And to calm the waters, we were presented today with the release dates. Because remember, Last of Us 2 was delayed indefinitely from its original date of the end of May. I believe it was May 26th or around there. And then got delayed indefinitely from its initial delay of February. And I think, the leak and not knowing when this is going to come out, my initial aspect of it was that I thought that this was going to be a PlayStation 5. What's up, Cyber Dragon? How you doing? This was going to be a PlayStation 5 launch title, right? Like, I was like, okay, well, indefinite delay. This thing's going to come out around the PlayStation 5 launch. And then we're going to have Ghost coming out. I believe Ghost was originally scheduled to come out in June. And getting the leak of the news and all that other stuff, it's like, oh man, this sucks. And indefinitely, are we gonna wait? We're gonna wait to the end of the year now if this thing comes out in November. We have a release date. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. If this holds true, because I initially thought that this was gonna be a launch title. If these release dates hold true, it's gonna be like the biggest summer in gaming I can't believe we're getting these type of games coming in the summer. The size of these games. And today, Sony announced that The Last of Us 2 will arrive on June 19th, and Ghost of Tsushima will follow on July 17th. About a month apart from each other. Woof. That is a hot summer, baby. Hot.
Now, whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
Yeah. That is a hot summer, man. I can't... it's pretty crazy. If they hold on to those. So Ghost got pushed out a few weeks because they were supposed to happen at the end of June. And so everything got shifted like a month, basically. So Last of Us was supposed to come out in May, got pushed to June. Ghost was going to come out in June, got pushed to July. July 17th for Ghost. Crazy. But this is what happens when, this is me thinking, yo, what's up, Salty? How you doing? So let me get your opinion on this too, chat. Grinders out there. Let me get your opinion on this. I understand that these games are probably ready. Last of Us doing some. They said in the Gears Tactics, I'm looking at it. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima. They were saying that they're working on some polish and stuff like that with the whole lockdown and all this other stuff. They're working on some polish. So these games are pretty much done. They're working out the kinks and the bugs and everything. But I just find it very intriguing that Sony is getting these games out sooner rather than later. So like these games, Last of Us was scheduled for February, right? Got delayed to May. Ghost initially was like they didn't know what was going on. Then it came out. It's coming out in the middle of June, right? My thing is that they really seem very adamant with getting these games out before, the big PS5. Right? Social Joint says, I'm normally at festivals on a beach during June to September, but I ain't going nowhere. Gaming pre-ordering 2 PS5s. Amen to that. Amen to that one. Yeah, right, yeah. That's exactly right. Let's pre-order those things, because those are going to be hard to find, I bet. But they seem very adamant getting these games out. They're not milking it. They're not like saying, hey, you know what, it's a launch year. Let's put Last of Us to launch. And that's where I'm going right there, King Thrash. That's right where I'm going with that. There is stuff brewing for PS5 that they really want to get these games out summertime so they could go full balls deep PS5. And my thing is that the fact that they made Last of Us, what I think is kind of interesting, and Salty is saying it right there, Last of Us 2 delay is very strange. You're right, Salty, because it seems so weird. Why would you delay Last of Us 2 indefinitely only to just delay it to the next month? Did the leak have anything to do with it? I don't know. But that seems pretty quick and responsive for them just to say, it's coming out this fall. Like, it's coming out a month later. Maybe their intent was to push it out to the end of the year along the PlayStation 5, and maybe this stuff shifted it. I don't know, but it is kind of weird to say indefinitely, to just say, hey, due to COVID and distribution, we're not going to do it. Then all of a sudden be like, yeah, June seems as good as go. It could be the way that the the virus and everything has been changing. Maybe they're seeing states starting to open up, and they're thinking maybe June might be a better time to do it, right? I don't know, but it just sounds so strange to go indefinitely just to delay it only a month. Because when it sounded like indefinitely, it's like, this is coming out in November. Yeah, JCat, it's on the PlayStation blog. Here, I'll do the I'll show you the way they announced it. Where's my display thing? And here we go. So right here it says, both Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch's Productions titles will launch this summer. And it says here, as the world's change, we find ourselves to adapt today's ever-changing environment and miss some disruptions to our work styles. We want to provide you an update as we begin to ease in the global distribution environment. So that's what they said the initial delay was with Last of Us, was this global distribution environment. And we've seen that affected somewhat with Final Fantasy VII and its distribution coming out a little bit earlier, things like that. I'm pleased to confirm that The Last of Us Part 2 will arrive on June 19th, and Ghost of Tsushima will follow on July 17th. and then they thank everybody. Thank you. And then I just saw, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Hellman Hunst, wishing congratulations to the studios, and doing that. So yeah, this is real. I think so, Salty. I think maybe that leak did push them to release a little earlier, because it does seem just strange to make all that hoopla. And yeah, I think you know what? I think it's a couple of things. I'm sure the leaks, but also too, it could be that they're seeing kind of an uptake in the economy and stuff like that. People are talking about reopening, even though I don't think we're ready for any reopening. China is back up and running. But personally, I think we reopen, I think things are going to be weird. There'll be people giving you food and masks. And I don't know. It's going to be strange. Plexiglass between booths and restaurants. Come on. It's going to be weird. It's not going to be 100% we're back. What's up, Ravenflow? How you doing? Big Keith, how you doing? Yeah, I know. It sucks. The leak thing sucks, especially in a narrative-focused game where everybody wants to know what the story, what goes on with the characters and stuff like that. But yeah, this is going to be the new normal, Eddie. I agree. But yeah, I don't know if we're ready for it, but it's just, I think the economy and overall is doing that. Thanks, Ravenflow. Yes, hit that like button. Share this out, guys. And hit that subscribe button too. I lost the grinder. I don't know what happened to them. They must have fell off. They fell off somewhere. I lost the grinder somewhere. I went to 349. What happened? The grinders falling off. We've got to be growing grinders. But yeah, so the fact that that this whole thing got pushed out, but to come back to it, I don't know why. It just seems kind of like indefinite to then say, hey, it's just a month. We don't know where that happened, right? But just to see if this stays here, right? Thank you, Socrates. He's still here. Grind the Socrates still here. Thank you.
Put that cookie down now.
We got him. But the fact that it's coming out in June, all right, makes this thing even this thing's coming out in June, and then July right after that. And if now supposedly there are rumors that both Xbox and PlayStation are going to have reveals of their consoles, basically a reveal for the consumer, not for the tech guys and variable rate shading and all that other trash that we all talk about all the time. But actually about consumer level products, man. But yeah, it is going to be a hot summer, baby. We got May, June, July. It is going to be crazy. But just game wise, having those two games of that caliber released in the summertime is crazy. And I know Last of Us released in May or June, the first one, in a console launch year, but it didn't have the weight of the franchise and be it didn't come out as a hit. Now it's just it's the biggest game right now, for mind share. And the fact that this is releasing in June, with Ghost releasing in July, a brand new IP releasing in the summertime, dead heat, middle of the summertime, dudes, there's something brewing, or may I say something on the horizon. Pun intended, for PS5. If they, just think about this, if they release Last of Us 2, Ghost, a month apart from each other, and have a Horizon Zero Dawn 2 alongside of a PlayStation 5, those three games, now granted, if Ghost reviews well and plays well, and it looks incredible, and the story seems incredible, it's a new IP, a new genre, a new time area that we really haven't played before. But jeez, if they end on a new console, that is monstrous. That will turn 2020 upside down and have a good end to it. If that will be the focus of how they're going to release it. It's incredible. Cerny Ness, yeah, that is just for a beast for a company that's been quiet for so long to kind of ramp up, and what people don't realize and just seem to lack the realization, they think all of a sudden the next console releases and it's a reset button, hit the that's it, we all start at zero again. That's false thinking. It's the momentum that carries you into the next generation with the brand, with the devices. if you had a company that just didn't do anything and it's just like kind of like figuring it out, and they're going to release a new piece of hardware to invest in for hopes and dreams, and you got another company who delivered and now is going to deliver even stronger, and a transition period to say, you love this, well, you're going to like what's coming next, and play everything that you loved, lead you right into the next generation. It's momentum of a brand and of a console. Like, that's what you need. You can't be like, we're figuring it out, and here's another one, and another one. Oh, here's 2 consoles, here's 3 consoles, we're figuring it out. And expect that's not momentum. This is momentum. And nonetheless, the digital comes with you, of course. But if they release, I'm just like, I'm telling you, that Last of Us 2. Oh shit, sorry, JCat. The internet went down. Nobody got time for internet going down. Get the hell out of here with that internet trash. But the thing that surprised me, that's right, Salty, greatness. But the thing that surprised me, this Last of Us coming in June is a very, very big surprise. And it kind of, because I thought that they were going to milk The Last of Us 2, right? I thought that it definitely, all right, so whatever's going on, they're going to delay this. This is going to come out, which is great, fine. It comes out with a PlayStation 5. That might be a big deal, too. We'll have like Halo and Last of Us 2 coming out with their consoles, respectively, in November. That's big, too. But the fact that Last of Us 2 is coming out in June, and sooner rather than later, which is great. I'd rather wait till June than to November, right? But that caught me as like, well, they seem really, really, really adamant at getting these games out before that PlayStation 5 comes out. Which makes me think they got stuff for the PlayStation 5 that's going to blow our minds. And I saw somebody wrote Social Join Social, or talked about the Silent Hill. There's rumors going around with crazy stuff. And the fact is that Last of Us 2 and Ghost, 2 big games, and you don't even know what the hell the PlayStation 5 looks like. The PlayStation 5 is icing on a cake of great games. And this is the momentum. This is what when you are releasing a console, you don't want to release on duds. You don't want to have games that, let me say, passion projects leading me into a more expensive console. And I said this on Salty's show. Shout out to Salty on Thursday, about the whole, and then I was even talking to Optimus Code. He's a great guy. Follow him on Twitter. That poor guy, he's a developer. And he says, his whole thing is, you get new technology to make new games, right? And people are going after him because they're like, oh no, tessellations and shadows and upgrezes and all this trash. And it's like, I don't get it. I'm just like, you want new technology to make new games. Games that you couldn't experience on the past technology. Why do you want new technology? Just to make the game that I'm looking at right now have better shadows or look sharper. That's okay, but that's a side piece. That's a side piece. That's not the real reason why I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade for things that cannot be done. Things that says, hey, because we got this, we could do this. And that's what happens. And that's when you have games like this. Yeah, they'll look better on the PlayStation 5, but if they're PlayStation 5 games, I'm waiting for it, guys. And then I'm going to drop the grinds my gears of a century when Sony announces PlayStation 5 exclusive launch titles or just exclusive games in general, because that breaks the difference between the Xbox family and the PlayStation console generation. Microsoft don't believe in generations. Their game's gonna play on everything. If Sony believes in generations, we're back into the console business. Not the cross PlayStation, everybody is kumbaya, give me the marshmallows, give me some s'mores. You got to have a reason to own that console. And I want Sony to show a reason. Now let's see if Microsoft shows a reason. We'll see. But the momentum that you got here by releasing these 2 games. Now again, I'm not going to put Ghost in the same world as Last of Us 2 because Last of Us 2 holds a lot more weight than Ghost. But Ghost looks damn good. All right? And that doesn't look like a passion project. That doesn't look like hokey dokey, hey guys, just stay subscribed for 1 more month. Ghost looks like a real big-ass game that could be a franchise. And I can't wait to hit that pre-order button. You're right. I got to get 2 of them of the PS5. Like, I got to get it. And it's going to be crazy. And it's just so amazing that this game's coming out in June. Leaks be no leaks. We get Last of Us in another month and a half. It's only a few week delay. Instead, going from indefinite to what is it again? June 19th. And Ghost on July 17th. I tell you, man, that I don't know. Like, I don't know what you guys think, but releasing a brand new IP in the middle of the summer, we'll see. Sony can do that. They don't have to hold on to their loyals and to their balls and be like, hey, yeah, we're going to release this in the fall because we don't got anything else. We don't have anything else. Nothing's ready. It's very, very, it's exciting. And it's going to be the hottest summer we've ever seen. And I tell you, man, it's for a company that's quiet and, had Cerny Nest come out and just talk and put everybody to sleep. The thing is that it doesn't matter when you deliver on the games. And that's the thing that, when Microsoft they were delivering on games that I liked and they satisfied my crave. Now they're not. But when you deliver on games like Nintendo and Sony have been doing, you are more tolerable of like, hey, okay, so they didn't talk, I didn't have a good show, but who cares? I get to play Last of Us. Who cares? I'm playing Final Fantasy VII. Amazing. Final Fantasy VII is awesome. Yes, the textures, whatever. But the gameplay, the story, the way they're telling it, the interactions of the characters, Final Fantasy VII, awesome. And the fact that Sony got that for a year, whatever they did, whatever deal they made, a owner of a PlayStation console gets to play that before anybody else, that's a win. That's an L for the people who are going to hold out. It's a W for the people who invested in the ecosystem and in the console. Be what it may, exclusives sell. Exclusives matter. And you won't believe it. Wait till the NPD shows up and you'll see how the Sony PlayStation got an uptake because of Final Fantasy VII. What's up, Jemiah? How you doing? And as an owner of that, those are the perks you get. Everybody got their perks. You get your little card, your little benefit. Oh, I'm a frequent flyer. I get the little perk of my free drink on there. I sit in first class. All the perks. Well, that's a perk. The people sitting in coach are not like, oh man, that's an L for you because everybody should sit in first class. Huh? That's what they did. They purchased those things. That's their perk. You got the PlayStation. Sony wants to give their customers perks. PC gamers got the perks for Gears Tactics, and we'll move on from there. So, Gears Tactics new release tomorrow. It releases tomorrow. I did not pre-download it yet. And right now, it is sitting at a Metacritic of 81, I thought. Uh-oh, why did Bleeding Edge pop up? Oops. Holy Jesus, Bleeding Edge dropped to 67? Jesus, they had a free gaming weekend this past weekend. What? Passion out my ass. Passion. Oh, oops. Sorry, I was looking for Gears Tactics on the Xbox Metacritic. Oops. Yeah, that don't work. I have to look under the PC because it's a PC exclusive. You know why? Because everybody should play, right, Phil? Shit. That ain't a kick in the nuts, so I don't know what is. I'll tell you. Let's see what it's sitting at. Yeah, no results found. I know because I'm looking on their Xbox. Yes, I know Gears Tactics. No results found because I'm looking on their Xbox. Yes, I understand that. I know it's a PC exclusive. So is that overhyped game of a flight simulator for all you want to be aspiring pilots. That's also a PC exclusive that I see people hyping up on Xbox. I don't know. I don't know why, but for some reason they do because Xbox is PC when they want it to be. But the fact that they're sitting there staring at an Xbox One X console for $500 or $300 if you bought it on liquidation, and knowing that you cannot play a game tomorrow made by your first-party studio and not made for their gaming console, I don't know what world we live in right now. I don't know why people are not going crazy about this. Maybe because they don't care because they don't play games. I don't know. Game's sitting at an 81 Metacritic score. There's no 69s here. I guess that's only held out for the Xbox Game Pass games that go on Xbox. I don't know. But Microsoft is treating PC customers like first-class citizens, baby. And I'm glad I chose wisely. That's all I got to say about that. I'm glad I chose wisely. Because PCs is where Microsoft and Phil Spencer wants to be. And I'm right here as Phil's #1 customer on PC. Thanks, Phil. You abandoned your console. I knew that 2 years ago. That's why I abandoned you. But, so the results are 81. Metacritic. And, Metascore is great, right? A couple of things. And I told you, the way I look at Metacritic scores, now there's 63 people, so I'm assuming this is going to stick around 81. The way I look at Metacritic scores is what brought the score down, right? Right, Cycle, right? Nobody's talking about it at all. The game looks great. Like, this is what you like. You want something new in Gears, man, right? The game looks great. They're saying, like, even has, like, a variable rate shading. VRS. That's a W, I guess. Like, I don't know. But Digital Foundry was gushing over it. But Gears Tactics has an 81. It's a game. It's because it's not on the console. I don't know why. I don't. You know what? They said PC. It also works with controller. It works with controller. So like I don't. And then Xbox has Xbox keyboard and mouse support. They had it. Remember they got the $200 Razer controller, or you can plug in your own keyboard and mouse. I don't understand why this is not on Xbox day and date from your first party studio. This is not a contract. I guess Splash Damage couldn't do it, but hey, man, Gears Tactics, it looks awesome. So like, I wanted to see what was like, what was the score, like what was the things, and some of the things that they said was, there's like side missions for loot crates, but there's no purchasing of loot crates, which is great. There's no microtransactions in the game. It's a single player only game. But it has a great story about Kate's dad, and it looks great. Like they said that from what I saw too. Like it looks, and it zooms in when you do executions, and it really, I'm excited to play it. I can't wait. I'm gonna play it tomorrow, definitely. Probably stream it too. But really, definitely looks like a great game. Like I still don't understand the logic of it, and it perplexed me from when it was announced, and then they just said, hey, it's coming to Xbox later this year. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't know why they skip over their own gaming console. I can understand if they had the S sitting out there and like it was just not powerful enough to run this game and they had to port it over to the S. But 3 years ago, or less than 3 years ago, you sold the most powerful console that's on par with 6 teraflops of power. And how do you not support that with every brand new game coming from your studios? I don't care if it's an RTS or not. XCOM has proven that RTSs work. Now, they said that this is not as good as XCOM 2. There's still some elements missing of it, but I don't know. It looks good to me. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to play it, but it says plays a bit too safe. This is some of the reviews. Come with some menus between missions, but it feels like a Gears of War game, tactical shooting. Hey man, like there's some bugs they said in it. I think that brought the score down too. So a couple of bugs, But hey, it looks good. And it's sitting at an 81, man. Yeah, Xbox One's got no power. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Yeah, this is not real time strategy. I think real time strategy is like those are like the high level like Command and Conquer and stuff like that. This is not a real time strategy game. This is a real time tactical shooter. I think it's like an RTS something like, yeah, right, Jeremiah. It's an RTS. It's XCOM, basically like XCOM. What is that one? The mutant game, stuff like that. There's like the where it's almost like a living chess. That's a chessboard, like living. That's how I look at it. It's turn based. Yeah, it's a turn based combat game, and it's basically like it's like chess. Mario Rabbids. That game is awesome too. The Rabbids, yeah. But yeah, it's like XCOM. I'm not Bio. I keep saying Biomutant, but that other Mutant Year Zero. I always thank you, Jeremiah. I always forget that one. I keep saying it, but that game looked great too. That was in Game Pass actually, and but yeah, like these are turn-based games, so it's like a living chessboard, which is pretty awesome. Like certain moves you can make, and just as you play XCOM. So really not an RTS per se, like a Command and Conquer where you're commanding all these units, or even like Halo Wars. Halo Wars is an RTS. That's a real-time strategy game. Glorious, what's up? Glorious Kev. Yeah. PC won. Hey man. PC wins. In 2016, when I saw Phil making those announcements and he was talking PC. Hey man. I was like, this dude don't give a flying shit about this console. Xbox is a brand. That's right, Raven. Yeah, Xbox is a brand, but you know what? It's off brand right now because for some reason Gears Tactics is not. We're all one family now, except Gears Tactics, except Flight Simulator. Yeah, we're all one family. Yeah, when you want to be, right? That Phil Ness, man. I don't understand how people are not going at him with this and how they're accepting that, oh yeah, later this year, not even a friggin' release date. Oh, this is probably going to launch with the Series X. Why? The game works it works with the VCR Xbox. Why does it matter? Like, I don't understand. Oh, they're going to save it for the... What, to say they have a Gears game at launch? Gears Tactics and Halo Infinite at launch? Like, what does it matter? Like, Microsoft... This is what I don't get. Microsoft don't believe in generations, people. They don't believe in generations. When they first launched, they said, oh, here's our one family devices and there's our Scarlet family. Now they're all one family. Paired up the numbers, maybe social. I don't know. But it makes no sense. And I don't know why people are not upset about it. Like, it's bullshit. If you own the console, this is a time to be like, wait a second. You've been telling us this narrative of everything goes to PC, more people to play our games. That's why you put your games on Steam. That's why you put your games on the Windows. And that's why you want crossplay, because more people to play our game. More people to play a game. Well, guess what? This is not multiplayer. So maybe that's why they didn't make it multiplayer, because they didn't want to put... I don't know. I don't know what the hell... Phil Spencer teased keyboard and mouse support for a year and a half. Released a $200 accessory that you can wipe your ass with as a controller. Hit yourself over the head with a $200 keyboard. Because I don't understand why you would do keyboard and control. I remember that was the first excuse. I was like, oh yeah, it's because Xbox doesn't natively support keyboard and mouse. That's why Gears Tactics is not going there. Do you realize Gears Tactics is not like what Gloria said? It's not an RTS game. But Gloria, I have to say, XCOM 2 multiplayer was pretty cool. It was pretty cool though. Like, I know people don't play these games for multiplayer, but with the destructible environments and, with the kind of like the strategy of setting up your team and moving your chess pieces around and stuff like that, the multiplayer in XCOM 2 was pretty fun. I'm not going to say like, oh my God, sign up, you're going to be playing this for 6 months. But it was a nice thing to have, and it was pretty interesting to build up. Also, XCOM, I don't know if this has it. I don't think it does. But XCOM 2 had that permadeath and had that whole metagame which I think that's where some of the scores fell down from Gears Tactics, where it seems to be kind of safe. It's not doing that kind of level of that management that XCOM 2 did, where you had the permadeath, you had characters where you had to like level them up, and then you had to choose who you deployed into and going down on the planet and things like that into the mission. So I don't know if this has. I don't believe this has that kind of meta game. You had your headquarters. XCOM 2 was crazy because you had your headquarters and you had the different engineering room. You had your research room, and then you basically go. You're right, Kev. That's why I'm really trying to find out, more details into the gameplay of it. But they do say that it's kind of light, and it seems like they're focusing a lot on the story of it. And I'm just saying, like, XCOM 2 had so many different levels of the meta game, and doing that with you had your research and development group, and then you could have them give you new weapons. Yeah, it was crazy what XCOM had. And XCOM 2 even blew it out. Now they have a new one, with the squad. It also had destructible environments, and it was cool with that. You going into houses, and then you could blow up the wall, or you could go in through the door, or you could do all different things. Oh, it's a prequel. That's what it is. Yeah, they focus on the story, so we'll see. I'm gonna be interested to check it out. It's about Kate's father. So yeah, it's definitely about Kate's father. This is a prequel. Hit that like button, share it out, guys. 33 people watching. Thank you so much. But yeah, like it really is. What's up, Hardcore Metal? How you doing? What's going on over here on the Twitch? And if you haven't already, follow me over What Grinds My Gears 7780 over on Twitch. I'm trying to get more followers, and I've been grinding my way to them. And I've been streaming Final Fantasy. Streaming some stuff like Jackbox Party, so definitely want to put that plug in. If you haven't, there, follow me over on Twitch for some gameplay coverage. As I play some of these games, I'm probably going to stream them over there. But definitely hit the follow button over there. But you'll wait for a price drop. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to see. How much is Gears Tactics going to be? How much is it? Because it's a PC game, right? It's on Steam. Did anybody know offhand? How is it? 40? Is it 60? Let me check Steam. Because that's the only place to buy is Steam. Or you can do Game Pass. Full price, $60. Oh, no one. Oof. Mog refuses to use Twitch. That's right, Mog. I'm not forcing people to go use Twitch. But if you happen to have an account over there and you want to hit the follow button, hit it on your good old friend Grinds for some entertaining content. $59. Let's see how it's doing on Steam. You get the live look right here. I'm going to go right into Steam here. I'm going to check. Don't you start downloading. Hold on, Steam. Don't you start downloading all your VR stuff here. Let's see. They're the top seller? The top, let's see. Home. So 59, wow. Ugh. Oof. I don't know. You think that's... I don't know. Single player only, real time, turn based. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree, Kev. Yes, XCOM is coming out there. Oh, wait a second. Kev says he has $60. If you own Gears 5, then it's $45. Huh? Well, Eddie T, that was the funny thing that I saw, right? So in the Windows Central review, which I read, they go, you complete the game between 12 and 25 hours, depending on difficulty. I'm like, that seems like a friggin' huge window. Like, don't you think so? Like...
I'd buy that for $1.
Like, doesn't that seem like a big window between 12 and 25 hours, depending on difficulty? I'm like, what? I'm like, did I read that right? Let me just see. I thought I did. I'm like, that's a... that sounds like... I'm like, that doesn't sound like a fun 12 extra hours if it's only dependent on difficulty. Where's Windows Central? Where's that review? Let me see where the hell that thing was. Shit, I should have had it up already. Wait, Windows Central, Gears Tactics. I don't lie. Wait, hold on. You're getting this. Everybody's getting this raw right now because I'm going to find this. That's what I read. I was like, oh. Where is it? Is it right? Yeah, hold on. I'm going to share my screen here. There we go. So this is the review. I think Jez wrote it. The other Jez. He wrote it. Where the hell is it? Yeah, this kind of yes, here's what he said about what he didn't like about it. That he just says like, Gears Tactics does little to hide its inspiration. Mission selection, class-oriented combat, the cosmetic custom layers. Gears Tactics clearly looks like an XCOM at its primary source. While I think it does stuff better than XCOM, namely to modernize movement and superior visuals and visceral combat, aspects of Gears feel under. And when I saw this, I'm like, why? Like Gears Tactics that feel underdeveloped or straight up unfinished. And I'm like, there's the MO of Game Pass. Like there it is, right? It's always what brings the scores down consistently with Microsoft Game Studios games. What is it? Content, underdeveloped, unfinished, wait for updates, we're still figuring it out. It's a passion project. Like why is this always seems to be the case with Xbox Game Studios games? Right? And I'm talking about Xbox Game Studios games. I'm not talking about Game Pass games. Fix it later. Like, oh, you heard a Glorious Kid sells 40 hours. It sounds like a lot of dying, exactly. So, but like, I read this. I'm like, why is this the thing that always brings down the scores of Xbox Game Studios games? Unfinished, underdeveloped, like it grinds my gears. It grinds my gears because I'm just like, is this what we need to expect from a game that's going into Game Pass? That if this was a $60 product only, would they ship it in such a situation and not give it more time to simmer? Delay it like people over at Sony. Delay the game. It's not ready. Fix those bugs. Make it polished. Clean it up. Where Phil's like, ship it. Put it in Game Pass. We need something for May. Go. Fix it later. Quote Eddie T. Fix it later. I don't understand it. It just seems like this every time you read. And I say, go and listen. I've done this before on this show. Go look at the reviews of all these games that come from Xbox Game Studios and read what it is. It has potential. Fun with friends. Needs more time. Content is coming. They promised a roadmap. Just look at our friend Bleeding Edge just a month ago and why it was a 67. Not enough maps. Not enough content. Crackdown 3. 2 maps. New game modes. We didn't put party games in there at launch. We fix it later. Sea of Thieves. 3 fetch quest missions. Oh, now we added pets a year or 2 later. We're still talking about it today. What is this underdeveloped and unfinished stuff? Like, that should not be your MO of your first party studios. Of all the studios, your first party should be polished, bug free. Yeah, there might be bugs, but limited bugs. But seemed like it's a complete thought because it's your first party. It's your baby console. It's your creation. You should know your hardware and you should know the capabilities of your studios to make a complete thought of a game, a complete game, a game that feels like it was a complete thought, not we stopped halfway there. And that's where you see the difference. Yeah, you could complain about Sony's delay and all that other, they just keep pushing the game out the delay station and keep doing it. But you want to know what? They have a vision for a complete, finished, and clean product. And the review scores reflect that. That's what gets you from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's where it gets you from. Everybody wants to know why are you not getting me in the 90s? Where's my 90s Metacritic? Xbox? That's the kind of stuff that gets you to the 90s. That's why Gears got an 85. That's why Days Gone got a 70, even though they fixed the bugs. But you look at God of War, you look at Spider-Man, there's a level of polish. You look at Uncharted 4, there's a level of polish and level to get you to that. You look at the Nintendo games, you look at Mario, you look at Zelda, you look at those Splatoon, you look at these games, there's a level that gets you to the 90s. If that's what really matters, like the grades. Everybody wants to do these grades. But I just don't understand every time I see an Xbox game, always, and I'm not saying that it means the game's garbage. I'm just saying the thing that always brings their score down. What's up, Karen? How you doing? The thing that just seems to always do it is this. And you just hear it, underdeveloped, unfinished, needs more time, needs more content. Games as a service, it's coming. It was just a small passion project. It's only $30. It's only in Game Pass. All these excuses for an undermined game when this game could have beat XCOM 2. It could have been the next. Like, who needs that? This game should have came out and said, who needs XCOM? That's what the ambition of this game should have been. If I was Rod Ferguson, who's not there anymore, and I said, I'm making a Gears Tactics game, I'm going to say, what's the best on the market? XCOM? We're going to beat XCOM. You want to know what they did, where that ambition was from? When they made the first Forza game, and they looked at Gran Turismo, and Turn 10 was like, we're going to beat Gran Turismo. We're going to put customizations. We're going to put liveries in there. And maybe we're going to one up the best. And look how Forza changed. From when GT was just dominating. Now, GT still dominates in the competition and stuff like that. But, like, Forza got itself on the map by being better than the best. So if you're going to make a game when there's not a lot of competition with XCOMs, right? With these type of games, these turn-based games. If I was going to take my number one franchise, Gears, that put me on the map, Gears and Halo, right? And I'm going to make a game of this. My job is to take the best that's out there, you say XCOM 2, and make them better. And make a better game than that. Especially, you're taking a well-known franchise. You're not taking Conker. You're not taking, like, Voodoo Vince and putting them in a real time, a turn-based game. You're taking your best of the best. You're taking your Gears franchise, and you're making a new genre game for it. So you do at least what XCOM 2 does, right? You make the Pendulum Wars. You do something. And you do something to make this game better than the best that's out there. But it just says, we'll do some things better, but a lot of it's just underdeveloped and unfinished. You know? And he says about the side missions here, but the whole reason why I came into here, he says he's not a big fan of the mission structure. Gears Tactics felt like it was performing best in its cinematic levels and set pieces. Between those, you're required to undertake a few randomly generated missions to get what's effectively the meat of the story. XCOM has similar, but generated missions in XCOM feel far more rewarding because you can work towards specific items for the most part. I'm also not a fan of some of the random mission modifiers lock you out of using some preferred playstyles of characters. I think it would be better to have added variety through monster types rather than just arbitrary rules that don't have any story significance. Sounds like a grind fest there. Story missions, and he says, however, later in the stages, the story of missions begin to feel underdeveloped, as well as awesome as the cinematics are for the most part. Major characters introduced towards the end like an unfinished model. There were a couple of moments where her voiceovers had no lip syncing at all, and her face was less detailed than the other characters and trailers and the marketing. That's weird. Tons of voiceover lines that didn't get into the cutscenes, and they were just slapped as banter during missions. Some of them even overlapped the mission complete screen, drowned by victory music. Sounds weird. 4 out of 5. I know, it's all the story stuff. I'm like, how's the gameplay? Maybe it's up here. But where did he write? Where did he go? I thought, was it his? Somebody wrote 12 to 25 hours. I thought it was his, because this is the first review I read. Yeah, set pieces. And this is why I think it's so confusing. This is where it's so confusing to people. It's like, included in Xbox Game Pass for PC. I'm like, PC Game Pass. Just call it PC Game Pass. Because people see Xbox Game Pass like, oh, where is it on my console? It's like, oh no, it's the Xbox Game Pass for PC. Oh my God. Stupid Phil Ness. Yeah, $60. I love this. PC, Xbox One later. Where the hell did he say? Now it'll make me look like a friggin' liar. I got my 2060 right. Here it is. Knew it was here. Gears Tactics supports a beefy campaign that you can take anywhere between 12 to 25 hours, depending on difficulty. Yo, that's a big-ass window. That's a big-ass window. Anyway, there it is. I knew. That's why I brought up this article of all the reviews. But, there it is. 12 to 25 hours. That sounds like 12 hours of pure entertainment? I don't know. But I do think that I understand what Kev's saying, where it's give me the combat and the gameplay and stuff like that. But no, I understand, Raven. Like, the story element of it is that's the thing that's going to keep you going. And actually, they said in his review also, Jez said that he said that that he thinks that a Coalition writes better stories than Epic did. That they're good with storytelling, and that was the case. Like, I didn't beat it. I didn't. Halo Wars 2, but Halo Wars 2 had an incredible story with a great, like, with Atriox as like a great enemy, and I heard the story in that was really good, and and I do think that having the cutscenes and stuff is something, and we discussed this over on our podcast about story and gameplay and stuff like that. And story elements are important to games. There's some games that have great story elements that keep you going, and there's some games that have great gameplay to keep you going. And fact is, any Nintendo game, it's the gameplay that keeps you going. It's not the story. You know what I mean? But there are games where the story propelled you. Where Last of Us, the gameplay was all right, but the story wasn't superseded the gameplay, I thought. So, there's elements of both of it. But I do think by having a decent story in this game, Gears Tactics, will compel, and having some characters and having an enemy. Oh, having, a boss to go fight. Hopefully this guy is really cool. Then, that will keep you going. But the gameplay is the stuff that you're going to have to slog through. And if there's, just filler missions that really don't add to the story, and that they're filler, that could be a problem too with the longevity of the game. But I was just saying, 12 to 25 hours, that's a big window depending on difficulty. He doesn't say side missions. He says difficulty. So it means if you put this on hard, that means what? You're dying 12 hours to give you longer gameplay? Hope not. But I do have to say, I'm impressed that, Gears Tactics did well. And I'm happy that it's doing well. I'm going to definitely want to play it, because I definitely want to see how they implement Gears in that type of genre. Unfortunately, I chose wisely, and I have a PC that could play these games, because Phil told me to go to PC because that's where he's focusing on. And Xbox is just you just pay a subscription to pay online, and you may get games. But PC's going to get that premier experience. They're the elite customer to Phil Spencer. So I will choose to be an elite customer to Phil Spencer on PC, and let him figure out how to explain to the Xbox console owner, who have the most powerful console in the world, that they're not getting 2 games this summer. And that's another thing, right? That's another thing. Console Xbox people have experienced Bleeding Edge and Ori. Now we're coming up to the May-June hotness. Gears Tactics is not on Xbox console now, and not coming until later this year. So it's not coming this summertime. Flight Simulator, for those who want to have incredible graphics and take photos with their console, you're not getting Flight Simulator at launch either. So the summer is really Minecraft Dungeons on console. And it's going to be tough to talk teraflops when you got Last of Us 2 and Ghosts coming in the next 3 months, in addition to Sony revealing the PlayStation 5 console and the exclusive next-gen games made by the power of that next-gen console. It's going to be hard to break that news and still keep people hyped for a 12 teraflop machine that's going to run all your games now better. Because that's the sale. I told you already. The Xbox Series X launch and approach is Xbox One X remastered. It's the same approach. Play your old games better. Yay! Because we be damned if we give you anything new. All the games that you love and play will play better. This is the mantra because they don't believe in generations. And it's going to be hard since they already blew their load with showing what the console looked like, showing the lame-ass controller with the one share button. And Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's going to have a tall order to break through this summer lineup of Sony and the PlayStation 5 reveal with possibly PlayStation 5 only games. Yeah, third party will give me new games. That's a whole... Yeah, exactly, Kev. Yeah, third party's going to give me new games. Guess what? Third party give me new games, and Sony give me new games. So wait a second. So I get new games, and you get old games and new games from third party that played everywhere else. Come on, make a sense. Who wants that? Like, who thinks that's an excuse? So you got better shadows. Your game runs at a better resolution, better graphical fidelity, horse shit that they tell me. That's the reason to kaplunk $500-$600 on a next-gen console so I get better graphic fidelity on the games that I already have? No, that's a side perk. And Minecraft Dungeons was another one of those games where it was announced initially for PC only, and then they waited until the following E3 to announce it for coming to Xbox. And you know what? I thought I showed it already. I think since we got a lot of grinders in here. We got over 30 so people grinders. This is huge, guys. This is a huge show. I'm going to show this because you guys are in here. I think we're going to have a good little hardy har. Speaking about Minecraft Dungeons, which that game looks cool. But that's another game where I think we're going to get reviews this week. I think we're going to get reviews this week of it. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. So watch this. This is where you see where loyalties lie, right? And just so weird. Just so freaking weird. So here. Watch this. I'm not going to play any sound. So this is when it was announced in 2018, right? Minecraft Dungeons. We're going to get right to the end. All right? Watch this. Do-do-do. Where's it coming? What's it coming to? Phil, tell me. Oh, thanks, Phil. Yeah. Larger for the people in the back. Shit, what happened? Look. Huh? This is when it was announced. Minecraft Dungeons coming. Hey, isn't there was an Xbox in 2018, right? Guys, grinders, there was an Xbox in 2018, right? Thank you, Raven Foam. Was at 30 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Right? There was Xbox in 2018, right? And there was one in 2019, right? Xbox was still there. Hell, the X existed in 2018, right? So Phil Spencer's like, we heard you. We heard you. So then when they announced Minecraft, they're like, why Minecraft Dungeons not coming to the console, right? So then Phil's like, we heard you. And then just 10 months ago at last year's E3, for those in the back, Phil Spencer says, I heard you. Watch this reveal and tell me if you notice anything. This is, look. Ready? Oh, look at the troll. Watch the troll. Ready? Watch. Let's just set this up. Watch the troll. Right? Watch the troll. He said, buy a PC. That's right. Phil said, buy a PC, Glorious Kev. That's right. 2017, there was Xbox. There was Xbox 2018. Coming Minecraft and Dungeons in 2019. Fine. PC only, right? But then what? At E3, Minecraft Dungeons, what happened to it? Watch this troll. This is what I'm going to say. Watch the animation of how this guy tells this news. And think about it. Just watch. Coming to spring. Huh. Hey! Do you see? I like this little guy. This little guy reminds me of Phil Spencer. He's like, coming to Windows. Nuh-huh. Huh? And he's like, yeah, Xbox One and Game Pass. But then look, he's not happy. He's not happy, Phil Spencer. He's not happy. Watch when he's happy. Yeah, now we're happy. Now we're happy. Look, it's going to Switch and PlayStation. Yeah. I just thought it was really strange how they announced this. One more time for those in the back. I'm going to let it play without my commentary, and you absorb it how you may. I'm an Xbox owner right now. Ah, exclusive. Multiplat. But yeah. Like, listen. I don't make this shit up. I don't have time for that. I don't got time for that. It's just these little observations. Like, it's just what grinds my gears. Like, it's just why? Exactly right. He only needed one tap to keep it in the ecosystem. But it was fine before the taps. Kev says it was fine before the taps. Those taps were just like, oh. It was fine before the taps. Kev says he doesn't need all those other taps. That's all right. But it's just so... There we go. I didn't make that animation. This is what it is, dude. Like, it's just... Each tap is a downgrade. Come on, Kev. Hashtag scalability. That's the new phrase. Scalability right now. Games will scale. That's what I hear. Games will scale. The horns are out. Hit me with the horns, 20. But but right? Like, it's just this whole scalability thing. It's just insane that the thing is I hear about the scalability. And we're going to talk about this as the PC and Xbox scalability and stuff like that. And games like Last of Us 2 and Ghost, like the way they look, they don't have to worry about scale. They have a PlayStation and the Pro. PlayStation and the Pro. You got an Xbox game like Gears Tactics, all the configurations of PC, and we got all these different Xboxes that we got to configure for as well. And this is the thing that Optimus kind of says, like, what he's trying to say is that, I'm going to give an example. Like, think about this. If you have a game, right? And say Halo Infinite, and they go, hey, the dev goes like, and you hear this a lot sometimes. The dev goes like this. And because this is to the argument of scalability, right? The dev goes, we really wanted to make a seamless transition where you leave the Halo ring and go directly to another planet. And like it seamlessly goes right from you get in a plane, a Pelican, you get on there, it takes you right out of the planet of Halo and takes you right to another planet and you land seamlessly. Amazing transition. You even have a space battle and go right in. No load screens, like transition like that. However, because we're putting this thing on other, on the S or the other consoles, we couldn't do that. So what we did instead was when you leave the ring, it goes directly into a kind of like a light speed loading screen, and then you land on the planet. But what we really wanted a seamless transition with an air battle. You hear this so many times, what the devs wanted to do, but couldn't because of technology restrictions or because of time. They couldn't do that. So when people say scalability, yes, you could probably get the game to run on a weaker console if you port it over. That's what a port is called, right? But the mind of the developer on what they want to do. That's the reason why they make more powerful graphics cards. That's the reason why we yearn for more powerful hardware, is to see, hey, you could do more stuff with the hardware. And and the other thing with scalability is, think about an artist, right? Because that's what these devs are. They're artists, or they have artists and they got people to program it. But think about a painter, right? You have two canvases, and one painter, you tell them, hey, I want you to paint an ocean with a blue sky, and you're going to have these three colors. And then the other painter, and that guy's using the Xbox One S. The other painter says, hey, you got the Series X. You could use thousands of colors to make the sky and the ocean. Both of them are going to show an image of the sky and the ocean, but one of them is going to have so much more tools to use to display that. Maybe because they have a lot of colors, they add a boat and they add a stuff. Meanwhile, the other person has three colors, is like, I can only do the friggin' sky and the ocean. I have no brown to make a boat at all. I can't even make it a friggin' island. All I could do is sky and some clouds and ocean. Meanwhile, this person has all colors. She can make the sky, the ocean, put a boat, put an island. Look at all the stuff that person's capable of doing because they have more tools to do their job. The other one has a limited subset of his tools. So yeah, scalability, you're going to see a picture of a sky and an ocean. But the thing is that person has more power, is going to be able to give you more than this. And why do you want to just say, well, guess what, guys? We'll take that picture of the one with the three colors and we'll just add like 6 more colors to it and you'll be happy. And add some shaders. No, I want that new experience that person made with all the thousands of colors that they had available. I want that artist's image. I don't want that one just up-resed. Oh, well, we'll add some more colors to that one and make it better. No, I don't want that old one. I want this new one. So when you say scalability, there are constraints that are done to these artists because of the limited power of the things they wanted to do. So to sit back and be like, all I want is the games that I'm playing now to look better and I'm $500 in the hole. No, you want experiences that are done. That's why PC guys are excited about next generation consoles, because now the supposed base of the console is more powerful, which will allow the recommended specs and everything to move up a level. And the minimum specs to come up a level. Means that developers now since everybody's on the same page, maybe we'll see benefits with SSDs, not just with load times, but other aspects, and those aspects will go to PC. It just raises the bar. But by looking at stuff saying, well, nah, I just want Gears 5 to look better on the Series X, I'm in. I'm hyped. Look, the shadows look. Go look at the comparison on Digital Foundry. Go look at it. And tell me, the Series X and the X comparison, does that look worth $500 to you? That's right. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, the PC games on $100 GPUs aren't happy. Yeah, of course. But I'm telling you, the value of PC gaming is much more acceptable. I understand. It's more accessible now. PC gaming is much more accessible. But I'm just saying, like, from what I hear from PC gamers and just knowing that the bar is being raised when new generation, they're going to have to upgrade, yeah. Well, I'm saying, because, yeah, your minimum specs are upgrading and stuff like that. So, but the thing is that scalability only goes so far, and scalability should be a perk, right? That should not be the main reason. The main reason why you move on to a next generation console is to play games that you couldn't play before. Now, maybe it's a marketing line, maybe it's not. But the fact is that when they have a closed system, or they have a system that is made for certain games, they can make these games for that system and show that. And that's where I think this whole, like, everybody should play our games from Microsoft is lacking, because it introduces more types of bugs. It introduces more types of variability, and compromises have to be made because this game is being put on numerous different devices. And that's a burden that I don't like to have in the games. Like, yes, I might be able to play this game on my PC or play this on a console, but think about it. If this game was solely made for a single device where it's focused, just take an iPad approach. Look at the apps on an iPad compared to the apps on an Android tablet. The Android tablet are basically phone apps scaled to tablet apps. Whereas an iPad has an iPad ecosystem, which is specifically made and tailored for that type of form factor. There is much more polish, much more refinedness, and much more usability in software that's developed for specific hardware than software that's developed for a cascade of different pieces of hardware. Compromises have to be made to address that cascade. And that's the issue that I have with the scalability thing. Not to say that it's bad, just to say that I just don't think that burden should be put. I don't think that I should be affected by that. If I own a dedicated device for gaming, games should be made for that dedicated device. At least some of them should be made just for that machine. And not that it's made for that machine and then all these 30 other machines. And because of that, we couldn't make the world as expansive as we wanted because we had to compromise for those guys running on the 700 GT series on PC or those guys still playing on the OG Xbox. Yo, I don't want to hear that. I paid for a premium experience. If you bought a friggin' Ferrari, you want to be like, there's a reason why you bought a Ferrari and it goes 200 miles an hour and it's like, well, guess what? You only could drive this on the speed limit. Well, that's why they make racetracks. Dedicated places to show the maximum performance and capabilities of the race car. That's why they're racetracks. You know, if you take an F1 car, you cannot take that on the New Jersey Turnpike. That car is built for that racetrack. Its wheels, its tuning, it's all made for that specific race and that specific type of asphalt and structure and turn and wind resistance. It's built for a racetrack. That's why you have race series cars. You have race cars. You can't go take that F1 car and go say, "Hey, I'm gonna go on the turnpike with this." Let somebody sneeze out the window and wet the road. You're going flying. F1's an example, social, but I know what you mean. I'm just saying, you got those open wheels, but you can't. You have a race car, and it's tailored for a racetrack. So your Xbox or your PlayStation is your racetrack. That is the place, and that the games are the race car, and you want to make those games to run on that device. But if you are Phil Spencer and company, you are making sure that race car could also run on the Schuylkill, or on the Belt Parkway, or on the 405. There's compromises that need to be made with that game or with that car in order for it to run on the 405 and on the oval track. So, like, that's where, and I'm not saying every game, but you got to have some identity. And Gears Tactics is one of them. Gears Tactics is one of them. Gears Tactics is a game that's built for PC. Built for PC. We make you PC guys feel special. When Phil Spencer says exclusives don't matter, people say Phil Spencer says exclusives don't matter. Oh, but PC gets their exclusives. Why does PC get a game tailor-made for them? Why is nobody asking Phil this question and being satisfied with later this year? Thanks, dude. Like, okay, later this year. You get Bleeding Edge. Be quiet. Enjoy. And the Bleeding Edge. Everywhere. Bleeding Edge is on a roll of friggin' toilet paper if you could find it. It had 75 people playing online. On Steam. Steam numbers. We got Steam. Let's see, Steam. Bleeding Edge. Brand new game. Steam powered. Let's see. Bleeding Edge. Brand new game. More people to play our game. The more people to find games. More people. Mostly positive reviews. I don't know. People got positive reviews. Let's see. Let's see. Number of players. Oh, but this is not an indication. Oh, okay, well, what is an indication then? 719 people. 700 people. Wait a second. Is this true? Steam charts. Let's see. Oh, my God. Jesus. So in the last, this game's been out for a month, right? Oh, Jesus. Here you go. More people to play our games. Is it worth it to put this game over there? The 24-hour peak of Bleeding Edge. It was a free friggin' weekend. Was it only on Xbox? Maybe it was. 87 people. All-time peak. It never hit 1,000 people playing this game. But I was told that, this whole PC, this is winning stuff. Like, dude. I don't know, man. Is it worth 75 people? Is it worth it? I know more people play Lawbreakers. Guys, let's get those likes to 30. Got 3 more likes. Lawbreakers. I just don't understand the vision. Like, I don't understand where we go from here, because it does seem very haphazard, very contradictory. And for people telling me that, what path, that Xbox is on a great path right now. I don't know. Their path seems kind of contradictory or confusing. It just seems like they're spamming all the options out there. Like, they're giving you the most powerful console. They're going to give you a weaker console. They're going to give you a next-gen weaker console. They're giving you a discless console. They're putting their games on all their games are in a service. Their subscriptions, all the reviews of the games say the same thing, where they're like, they brought down because they don't have lack content or could be better, have better potential, fun with friends, passion projects. No, Matt Booty goes, we're going to be making games for the next 2 years to support all our Xboxes. No next-gen exclusives that came out of that, all running around January with it. We put our games on Windows 10. It's one ecosystem. Oh, no, now we're putting them on Steam. Oh, we're making passion projects. We got little games. Everybody's like, get these trash games out of the way. Here's Grounded. Made for you by Obsidian, who, we're known for making great stories. But this game's going to come out in preview, and you're going to have to create your own story and give us feedback, and we'll see where it goes from there. What? The quality hasn't been there for the last 3 years. Forza is the only game that sustained quality, but again, Forza 4 didn't hit like Forza 3, Horizon 3. Forza 4 is better than Forza Horizon 3, and we got seasons and season content. We added snow and fall and rain. Okay. I guess it didn't hit. Forza Horizon 3 was hit hard. Like, people play that game. Forza Horizon 4, people yeah, it's a great game, but it's like, it didn't have that mental impact that 3 did. But then you look over at Sony, and it's just like, yeah, they're quiet. Yo, what's up, Haman? How you doing? You look at Sony, and they've been quiet, right? They've been quiet. But look, say what you mean, Predator. Hey, man, nobody's hyping that up. It is what it is. $40 game, he's back.
Another one.
He's
and
back.
Another one. And another one.
One more like.
Another one. And another one.
You got bored, Sam Ash. Yeah. Wow, level 124. But, I'm not saying it's a bad game. But Sony comes in and they've been quiet. But look, you got Dreams came out. Dreams is friggin' awesome. I like Dreams a lot. Then you look at, they got Predator. I'm going to get Predator. I liked it when I played that PAX. It was all right. I see the queues have been better. I've been watching Sick Humor stream it. It's been better. So I'm probably going to pick up Predator. It's something new. But again, it's not like it was hyped up as Bleeding Edge. Like, oh, fun with friends. You got to play it. You got to play it. No, man. It's just there. It's Predator. You like Predator? We'll play it. You want to play some game? Great. But then on top of that, you got 31. Thank you. On top of that, you got Final Fantasy VII. Trials of Mana. The sequel, the reimagined sequel to that game's going to Switch, PC, and PlayStation. Skipped Xbox. Nobody's complaining, but it's the reality of the situation. You could say, "Hey guys, Xbox players don't like Mana. They didn't get the Secret of Mana redo, and they're not getting Trials of Mana." Okay, fine. But the thing is that it's just the reality of the situation. It's going everywhere except Xbox. Why? It's not timed. This is not Sony throwing out money. I know. I'm going to play Trials of Mana right after Final Fantasy. That game, I played the demo. Trials of Mana is awesome. But there's a God, you got to scratch your head and go, scratch. Why you just skip the Xbox? Is the sales that friggin' bad? It's the most powerful console. But are the sales that bad that you just skip it? And on top of that, you got to scratch your head. Gears Tactics. It's on PC. We're skipping Xbox console. Why? Final Fantasy VII, a year exclusive. Modern Warfare, single player. Modern Warfare 2 single player, a month exclusive. Control DLC, the 3 expansion passes to Control. 3-month exclusive. They're going to come to PC and Xbox in June. You got to go. It's not just one game. It's not just like, hey, that developer, they don't like us. Another game. What is the, what is it? The 101. What is it? The 101. The remake that they did the friggin', every 101? What the hell is that game called? Shit, I saw the packs. What is it? The, well, help me out. What is it called? The, every 101 or something. A Wonderful 101. They made a friggin' thing. Switch. I played on the Switch at PAX. Switch. PlayStation. The Xbox? No. And you could sit there and easily dismiss and go, well, Xbox players don't play that. Or if you're on Xbox, you're like, I don't care. But you should care because these are just legitimate skips. Like, they're just not putting it on Xbox. And what you got to say is that if this was a 360 generation, it probably would be on the Xbox first because Xbox got a lot of games first. BioShock, Mass Effect, they got games first a lot of times. And I don't know if it was their deals. I don't care if they're deals or what the hell they are, but it is the fact of the situation that there are games, content drop, DLCs, things that just don't make it to Xbox. And is this going to change with the Series X social? No. This is going to continue. Because there's nothing that Microsoft is doing right now to get that Xbox console back. 12 teraflops is not going to do it. You had 3 years of the most powerful console. That didn't get you Wonderful 101. That didn't get you Modern Warfare 2 campaign a month early. That didn't get you Final Fantasy VII. That didn't get you anything. Even Predator Hunting Grounds is on PC and PS4 crossplay. Sony got that deal from Ilphonic with Friday the 13th. They said, hey, let's get it. Who was that person that signed that deal? That's a smart deal. It's another game for you. Trials of Mana. Why is it's on the friggin' Switch? Guys, the Switch came out years after the Xbox One, and it's getting games. Dragon's Quest. Right, Kev? It's on the Epic Store. But Dragon's Quest. Never seen Xbox. Nope. They're talking about Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Kiwami whatever on the Game Pass. Yakuza Kiwami came out like 5 years ago. 4 years ago. The remake of it. You're getting that now? That's not even sloppy seconds. That's like sloppy, can I have a piece? 5 years later. Nintendo surpassed the Xbox console and is getting exclusive games, getting games that Sony's getting same day and date, or getting game like and Xbox just sits out there and doesn't get it. So not only are they not getting their delivery from their first party studios, which is lacking, but it's also third party is giving Xbox the cold shoulder. And I don't give a shit if these are Japanese games. The thing is that you are out if you own an Xbox. You are out there. You are just dismissed. And that, as a console owner of an Xbox, should bother you. You should have options, right? You should have all the games available to you. You are not on some Ouya. The Xbox is not an Ouya. It's not no friggin' console that it's like, oh yeah, well this is like made some like third-party trash. You're made by the richest company in all the world. You are a legit Xbox console. Then why does everybody skipping it? I agree, Kev. Like, why is everybody skipping it? Third party skipping it. Like, oh, those games won't sell on Xbox. Who cares? That should not be an excuse. That should not be an excuse because it won't sell. You want to know what? Of course it's not going to sell because it's not on the Xbox. They're there. Just like the Xbox has no VR. Well, guess what? Sony gets a shit ton of VR games just on their platform because they're the best selling. They're like one of the best selling VR units. They're in the conversation. How's that Windows reality bullshit doing? What great games is that shit getting? It's getting nothing. Another failed Microsoft bullshit. They just wanted to get their name. Oh yeah, we got VR too. So when now, and all you see is VR getting more accessible, cheaper, better. And with Microsoft sitting there, they don't even have a finger on the pulse of VR. Phil just dismisses it. Sony is in the conversation of VR. That's more options. That's more games. I just mentioned all those other games that just skipped Xbox. Talk about VR games. You can play Alyx on a Windows VR headset. Yeah, you can do. With Satya Nadella strapped onto your ass. The hell out of here. The Windows VR headset. Something on fucking liquidation. A Samsung VR Bowl. But, Satya wants you to change engines on the stupid thing. He wants you to change car engines. He wants you to be a friggin' mechanic. He didn't want you to play games on it. But the thing is that there is problems with games just skipping the gaming console of Xbox. And there should be more people going, why? If Phil listens to the gamer, if Phil has his finger on the pulse, if Phil is turning this ship around, then why are there legitimate skipovers of the console? Because when I look at that doesn't sound like somebody who turned the ship around or a reason to praise Xbox. Why don't you give them more credit? What credit? Games are still skipping the brand. That's what I mean. Everybody's like, oh, you got to talk positive at Xbox. You got to talk positive about what are they doing? What, they decided to buy studios to make games? Hell, what I want to know is why in 2017 you decided to make games. Meanwhile, you had a console since 2001. 15 years. And you're going to say, now I'm going to buy studios. And I want to tell you this. Oh, wait a second, guys. Fable's going to save them. Fable. Listen. Peter Molyneux, as crazy as that guy was the heart and soul of Fable. He overpromised and underdelivered. Microsoft employee sounds like. He delivered Fable. He left Lionhead and Fable went into the gutter. And never really held the same thing that Fable 1 and even Fable 2 was the peak. Fable 3 was not good. And Peter Molyneux was out. But Lionhead Studios was built to make Fable. That was Peter Molyneux's studio. He left. Microsoft shut down the studio in 2017, 2016. They just grabbed the IP. You're going to take that IP of Fable and you're going to give it to Playground who is typically known for making open world race car games. And not saying they're a bad studio, but you're going to take them and say, now you got to do a combat, missions, story, lore. I think by naming it Fable does it more difficult for Playground to live up to the aspirations of what Fable's, its humor it is, or whatever Fable had. I think they should rename it as something different, because I think by having Fable, there's going to be some expectations that they might not deliver on. But this studio has not made a RPG. They haven't made a racing RPG. They made just a racing open world game, and now they're expected to make an RPG of a known franchise. They could probably do it. But for people to sit here and think that this game is going to be better than any Fable ever imagined, there is time for a studio to grow. Uncharted 1 didn't hit like Uncharted 2 did. Last of Us 1 is not hitting like Last of Us 2 is going to hit. These studios need time to iron out the kinks, to make a game. Maybe Fable from Playground Games, maybe it will get an 80. Maybe it'll be okay. But the next Fable, if they want to do it, will be better. Like, these studios, they're not just going to grab it and make a banger. And people think, like, these studios that Microsoft bought, they're just going to make a banger day one. First off, they're 50 people. Some of the studios had enough, like 200, 300 people. Okay, but they're not just going to come out and say, boom, here's your 95 Metacritic. Boom, we're out. Drop the mic, we're done. We just grabbed a bunch of heads and put them together and they're making 95. These studios need time to grow. These studios need to release maybe a AAA game if they are working on a AAA game. And maybe that AAA game doesn't hit. Microsoft has to show confidence in them to make them establish and continue and refine that AAA game. But they're not going to hit. Like, people just think like, 15 studios, that's 15 God of Wars. We're good. And that's if Microsoft is making a God of War caliber game to put in a $10 Game Pass. Which I still am perplexed to see how the hell that works out. 15 bangers. Give me 15 Spider-Mans and 15 God of Wars and 15 Zeldas and throw them in a $10 a month subscription. Polished to the T. Amazing story. One and dones. $10 a month. I'll finish it in 2 weeks. Thank you very much. Move on. Took you 7 years to make the game. Yeah, that sounds like a real productive game development cycle. No. That's why I'm still in shock. Like, this ain't like, the initiative is making Perfect Dark. The games with cameras and doors that open up. I won't be surprised if Perfect Dark is a goddamn 2D side scroll that's 10 hours long. I don't trust them. Not with Game Pass lingering on there, $10 a month. I don't see games of the caliber of a Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Spider-Man, Zelda, Mario. I don't see these kind of games being built in a $10 a month subscription. Frozen 2 wasn't a Disney Plus day one. That had to hit its caliber in the movie theater. Made it billions, and now we'll put it on there. Star Wars wasn't really released on Disney Plus day one. Now May the 4th it'll come out there. After I got you guys to go watch it in the movie theater and buy it on Blu-ray and stuff. Yeah, Perfect Dark Reboot will be Mask of the Ninja. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them. People think they're going to make Uncharted Perfect Dark. Yeah, okay. This year's first game is Uncharted Perfect Dark. Okay. Banger right out the window. Oh, yeah. Boom. Okay. You know what? I'll be impressed to see if they do. But the thing is like, you got it based off of what you see. And the games that they're choosing to announce and release are not very good. At least on the console. Gears Tactics, we'll see. That game looks pretty good. But that's a PC exclusive. And maybe when they're focused on one platform, maybe they'll realize with Gears Tactics, maybe they go, hey, that's how we should develop games now. Make a PC game, and maybe if they give a shit about Xbox console, we'll make an Xbox console game. Maybe. But otherwise, I don't know. Because,
I'd buy that for $1.
Or buy a box of Chips Ahoy and go play Gears Ultimate. Like, Gears 6. People are going to eat a bunch of Chips Ahoy and go play Halo Infinite. I don't know. $1 passion projects.
I'd buy that for a
So I just don't know where it's going to go, because I see the games that they've been releasing and what they choose to announce, and they're small passion project games. Booty said it. And maybe Gears Tactics is the one that they show, hey, if we develop for just one platform, maybe we get a better type game rather than trying to worry about if it runs on Xbox and PC and crossplay and all this other hokey dokey. But when your own Xbox studios are skipping over the console, that's a problem. With 2 games. It was going to be 3 with Minecraft Dungeons, but they decided to put it everywhere. But yeah, exactly, J-Cat. Like, they think that, like, oh yeah, Obsidian's next game is just going to be, oh, it's a Fallout. Fallout. We got a Fallout game. We got Perfect Dark Uncharted. We got a Fable game. And all these games are going dropped into Game Pass. You think Sony will drop a game? Oh, yeah, Game Pass. Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima this summer.
I'd buy that for $1.
You think? Will they still be in business? They'll be in business. They dropped The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima this summer for $1 in their PlayStation Pass. Come on. There's a difference between going to a buffet and going to a 5-star Michelin restaurant. There's a difference between all-you-can-eat shrimp and shrimp scampi made by a 5-star restaurant. You know? There's difference between what? All-you-can-eat shrimp at Sizzler? We're going Sizzler. We're going Sizzler.
Focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone. So when we thought about how can we get as many people playing on a phone as possible,
there's a difference between a buffet and that. There's a level of quality. So if you're going to tell me, and not to say, and Game Pass is bad at all. Game Pass is a great service. PlayStation Now is a good service. The thing is that these are services that should be an accessory to the main experiences of the device. That's my opinion of it. I don't own a PlayStation because of PlayStation Now. I don't use PlayStation Now as my only way to get games, because there are different types of games that go into PlayStation Now. Older games, games that I might have played already, games that I really didn't want to spend money on that just show up in a service that I get to try out and play. That's a great accessory, because now I experience that level of games or smaller games that I chose not to buy. Those games. But you got your Last of Us 2 coming, your Ghost of Tsushima. So I get the best of both worlds. I get to have an accessory and then also PlayStation Plus games. So you're getting 3 different tiers of gaming. My $60 amazing game that I got to experience now, Final Fantasy VII. And then, oh yeah, you want to go put beat Spider-Man 2 times. Hey, you don't want to know what? It's nice that it's in there. Oh, look, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh, that's in there. I'll play it. The problem I have with Xbox Game Pass is that they've taken those 3 levels of experiences and just shoved them all up your asshole in one whole swoop and saying it's the same experience. That's the problem. They take Game Pass, and Game Pass, yes, you could buy the game. Who's paying $60 for Gears Tactics? Everybody's going to do that in Game Pass, right? For $10. That's what I'm doing. I got $10. Actually, I got a 15-day trial right now. I'm going to play Gears Tactics with it. And then I might do the $10. But the thing is that compromises need to be made when you put it all under one umbrella as a service and a $10 subscription that you'll buy for $1 and a bag of Chips Ahoy. So all the games don't fit into that model. That's my problem. Oh, Kev bought it. Oh, shit, Kev. Well, I called to be called out. Kev bought the game for $60. Or did you use a discount from CD Keys, Kev? Or you bought straight up $59.99. I thought PC dudes don't pay $59.99. Well, wait. Kev must have used some GOGs. Oh, snap. Big Money Kev. Hey, Kev, I'm going to call you Big Money Kev because PC guys I don't pay $59. Oh, man. Big Money Kev.
I've got news for you. You're mine now. You belong to me.
Oh, but he didn't. How much did you pay, Kev?
Take it back.
Russian Steam. Oh, there you go. Had to be some deal. It's $45 if you own Gears 5. Well, you pay $60 for Gears 5, so you did own it. But anyway, that's not a bad deal. That's pretty good. Like if $45 if you own Gears 5, I think that's a cool incentive. And the fact that they're honoring that with if you own it on Steam, that's a really cool deal. I think that's really good. That's really cool. I think that's a good incentive to kind of tie people who say, hey, you might like Gears, but hey, you might like it on you might like it over on like this brand of Gears. It's a good way to lure people into Gears Tactics. But I'm gonna play on Game Pass. But what I'm trying to say is that's the thing that kind of always like just clouds my mind with Game Pass is that. Oh wow, good. Yeah, like Game Pass is great, and that's why I'm like I don't want to trash on Game Pass because I know I think it's great, especially if you have kids too. Like there's just all these games coming in. I think it's great. It's just I don't like the hype factory to make it like this is what Xbox all is now, like 100% Xbox. Everything is Game Pass. I don't like the all or nothing. Like everything is in Game Pass. Like why can't you just have some Game Pass games and have some outside of Game Pass that have a different level of polish, a different size? Like have that kind of separation. Why does everything need to try to fit them all? Because it's hard. It's hard to find a game that fits the perfect subscription model, but also the perfect blockbuster game and $60 and it's a service, but it's not a service, but it's a one and done, but it's not a one and done because we got DLC, but it's free, but it's microtransactions. Like it just there's not this. I don't think there's this all encompassing one game that fits into that kind of model. And where Sony has a multiple models of distribution, they could say, hey, a game like Predator, for say, they could say, hey, put that in PlayStation Now on launch. Hey, that's fine with me. Put that in PlayStation Now at launch. Put Predator in PlayStation Now at launch. Get the install base up. Great to do. Crossplay. Enjoy it. But Last of Us 2 is not going to PlayStation Now at launch. Ghost is not going there. Horizon 2. No, we're not putting that at launch. And what's interesting, I'm going to tell you one last thing before I wrap this up. I had a survey sent to me from PlayStation on PlayStation Now. And I thought it was interesting as the questions that they were asking me in it. And one of the questions is, hold on a second. What's this? Oh. So, okay. But one of the questions that they were asking me is like, what do you think of, and guys, hit the like button too. If you're leaving or coming in, hit that like button. I can't believe I'm over 30 likes. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And also follow me on Twitch. I'm going to drop that last plug on Twitch. 77. What Grinds My Gears 7780 on Twitch. If you like to watch some gameplay, be streaming my PC, PlayStation stuff. I haven't done Nintendo things there, but follow me over on the Twitch too. And also subscribe to this channel. A grinder has fell down. I lost a grinder. I don't know where they went. So hit that subscribe button on here too. Let's get these subscriber numbers up. Give you more stuff, more grinds. But we'll leave you with this thing. So the last thing, I got a survey, right? That was done with PlayStation Now. One of the things was like, well, how do you like it? What do you think? Now, you remember from my previous podcast that I've done, I wasn't a huge fan of what they did to PlayStation Now. What they were doing with PlayStation Now was they were adding about 5, 8, some of them were 15, like 10 games a month. Call them Game Pass fodder or PlayStation Now fodder. But some of them were good, but they were just in there, right? And then starting in November, when they dropped the price, the December or October or something, they dropped the price and they made it $60 a year, which is crazy. And now I think it's even on sale for like $40 a year. New people, like that's insane. Less than a game, you're getting access to over 800 games, PlayStation streaming, PlayStation 2 games native downloads, and PlayStation 4 native downloads. That's a crazy amount of games. There's a lot of fodder in there, but there's a lot of good. There's all fan. If you want to go play all the Uncharted, you want to play all the Resistance, like you can. But they changed it, and now they said, well, now there are these timed games, but they put better games in there now. Now they're putting more current games in there, and some of their exclusives, like Spider-Man's in there this month. They put in God of War, Uncharted, PUBG. PUBG sucks. And they put some more games in there. But now they have timers. They're like some 6 months, some are 30 months, 30 days, some are 60 days, some are 90 days, some are 110 days. So some of them are timed, and then some of them slip in and they don't have a timer on them. Like Control's in there now, that has like a 3 month on there, but it's not necessarily always 3 months. And they asked, like, what do you think? And I'm like, it's all right. Like, I like that they got the timer on there because it's like it basically tells you like when it's gonna leave and stuff like that, and also to get better games. But I did like when they were putting more games in there. Like, I do think three games a month is a little lackluster. And then what they've been doing with PlayStation Plus, man. If PlayStation Plus is real, next month's supposed to be it's supposed to be Dying Light and Dark Souls Remastered. Hey, what's up, Samantha? How you doing? Dark Souls Remastered and Dying Light is supposed to be the PlayStation Pluses next month. Which is pretty big. That's huge. Games of Gold has took the shitter. But that other, that's crazy. PlayStation Plus has been delivering, man. And they just gave away an Uncharted collection out for free and Journey. Too. They've been giving out games like crazy. And they're giving out some decent games. And I took the survey and I was like, yeah, I like it so much. Like, I would like more games that are in there indefinitely, but I don't want, and they asked about games being in there, do you like more of the popular games in there? And I said, of course, you're paying for it. But it looks like it comes at a cost from the survey responses. It looks like it comes at a cost. Like, would you be okay if these are timed shorter and not in there as long? So it looks like you're going to get this balance of, if it's a really recent game or a popular game, it's not going to be in there as long as a game maybe that didn't do so well or a game that's older. And it looks like that's kind of the balance that they're looking for to see how they're going to deliver content in PlayStation Now, which is totally different than Microsoft, because Microsoft's first party is in there day and date and is in there forever. It's these other third-party deals like the Red Dead Redemption getting in there. GTA 5 was in there for about the same time that it was in PlayStation Now, and actually it went from PlayStation Now right into Game Pass, and then came out, and then got Red Dead. So I wouldn't be surprised when Red Dead leaves Game Pass, Red Dead's going to go on PlayStation Now, I'm sure. Like, that's probably, they just reversed it. The GTA goes there, goes the Red Dead, and I'm sure Sony's going to get Red Dead Redemption in PlayStation Now when it leaves Game Pass. I know Forza is a weird game that they don't put in there, right? The Forza, right? The Forza Horizon games are in there, but I don't know if Forza Motorsport's in there, right? So, like, it was interesting how they're kind of looking like they're teetering over. Let me see, Game Pass. Forza, yeah, it doesn't look like the Forza Forza Motorsport 7 is not in Game Pass. No, yeah, I don't know what they're holding on to that one. I don't know. But the thing is like, I see that kind of balance that they're trying to do with putting new games in there. Yeah. Also, too, I think Sony is not as aggressive with PlayStation Now. So Samantha says, like, I feel that Sony has to pay more to get games into PlayStation Now because of the market share. I think that, and I do think that Sony is not in the business of cannibalizing potential sales, hardware sales, and software sales of games for the migration over to a service. Microsoft is much more aggressive. They would prefer if you just sign up for Game Pass. Like, Microsoft has cannibalized its sale. Like, just, you see this. Look at Ori. Ori didn't even hit the top 10 of Xbox games on NPD. I pretty much guarantee you that if Game Pass didn't exist, Ori would probably be on one of the top 10s. Maybe not the top 10 of Xbox games, but I'm talking about Xbox games. I'm not talking about overall with all like top 10. I'm talking about just Xbox platform by itself. Ori was not even there. And it wasn't even in the top 20 when you look at overall everybody. Obviously, Game Pass had an effect on that. People said, hey, I'm just going to play this game and Game Pass and stuff like that. And, you know, Microsoft doesn't share those numbers, and they should, because they need to show the transition. Hey, guys, yeah, Ori did wonderful. It increased our subscriber account by 15%, or by 1 million people added subscriptions this month because of Ori. Or Ori launch month yielded this many. Maybe not because of Ori, but say that. Show that the people are changing. All right? Yeah. So the PlayStation Now is a huge library. It's huge. And if the PlayStation 3 games were natively downloaded, PlayStation Now would just run the gamut. But the games on PlayStation Now are huge. It's 800 games. And you could download almost like, you know, more than a third of them. Like 600 of them. You could, like 400 or 500 you could download for PlayStation Now. There's got to be over 100, like 200 games are like PlayStation 3, they stream, and then the rest of them are all downloadable. Where Xbox flutters around 150. They say 100 games, but I think it's about 150, 200 games. But again, it's the thing is that Game Pass is a great service by itself. And if that service existed and Microsoft still delivered like big games to the platform that were independent of being in a subscription, and then put them in the subscription later, that would serve the benefit of both the hardcore, dedicated fan that wants that top-of-the-line experience made for them and all that other stuff, also satisfying the casuals who maybe not want to play it but put it in Game Pass. When you're merging it all together, and the last point that I want to just spam out here, because in my final thoughts rant about this whole thing, is that the Gears developer came out and says they lost their way. They was shit. Now I don't even have it, but it was the Gears 5. Devin, I'm gonna search for it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it in time. But he basically said we should have fixed it. Let's see, Gears 5 fix. It was lost, something like that. It was something where he he wrote it. He was one of the and he apologized, and he goes, we lost our way with Gears 5. Let me see. And it kind of goes to the point where we're saying with Gears 5, like, they focused on Jackbot. They focused on the open world. They focused on trying to get new people to play because it was in Game Pass. We heard Rod Ferguson. I made you listen to that stuff from the IGN interview where how they had to change their focus because it's launching in Game Pass and hoping somebody clicks on it. Lost their way? Something like that. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Somebody did a screenshot of it. Actually, no, I don't think it was. Hold on. But, like, maybe their focus on this stuff is just not... It's just not what they need to do. And you know, and they're getting muddied confusion because they're trying to launch in a Game Pass service and not just making a game for what it is and have to worry about it. Here we go. Guy Welch. Yeah, I'll show you. Here we go. This is the final thought here. Let me see what you guys are. So right here, Guy Welch wrote, "We got too far away from what people wanted, working our way back." Speaking about Gears 5. See? So, like, and Rod's saying, like, they had to put Jackbot in there. We want people to click on the game. And it just seems we got too far away from what people wanted. That's why they keep fixing the Nash every friggin' month. They're trying to figure it out. And they admit the Gears 5 problems. Like, there you go. They're problems. I know, man. I know. Last of Us 2 is coming out in June. And if we, oh yeah, and that DualSense, man. I know, man. Oh, PlayStation Magazine is in the UK and is going to talk about the DualSense. Social Joints dropping some news here. PS is going to dominate the news for 3 months. PS Magazine in the UK is going to talk about DualSense. Then we'll tear down in May, and then Last of Us 2, and then Ghost. Wow. Yeah, I know. Last of Us 2 and Ghost, dude. Games on top of all this stuff. And Last of Us 2 coming in June. It surprised the hell out of me. But I have to say is that it's going to be crazy in the next few months. But this is where I said the issue is that Microsoft kind of really blew their news a little too early, because now they showed the console, they showed the teraflops. We know the games that are coming. This month so far, they're not ending on Last of Us and Ghosts. They're ending on Bleeding Edge and Minecraft Dungeons. You can talk about Bleeding Edge and Minecraft. Well, Minecraft Dungeon not even a thing. Oh, I'm going to go check on Twitter. I'm going to go check on the twits. But yeah, who knows? I might do another grinds tomorrow. But man, I tell you, it is... Oh, wow. All right, well, here, hot off the presses right here. Neil Druckmann, just to bring it full circle to the podcast. Neil Druckmann just wrote here, heartbroken that for the team, heartbroken for our fans. Yeah, I'll show this here. I just saw this tweet. A message from the studio. We're still incredibly excited to get the game to your hands. We know the last few days have been incredibly difficult for you. We feel the same. It's disappointing to see the release and share pre-release footage from development. Do your best to avoid spoilers, and we ask that you don't spoil for others. The Last of Us 2 will be in your hands soon. No matter what you see and hear, the final experience will be worth it. There you go. And I will like and retweet that, because that's some bullshit. But yeah. Oh, external battery. What, turn off the stream deck? I don't know. Anyway. That's my grinds board. Oh, look at that. You can put up... Oh, we get animated GIFs on our stream deck? Get my Arnold one on there. The grinds board. But yeah, so like... Yeah, it sucks. It sucks that they did that. But, hey, we're getting it in June. And, I know what? It's... Holy crap. These little mock-ups of PlayStation, I don't want to see them. I just want to see it. But Microsoft, kind of... They showed everything a lot earlier. Now, people think that this Lockhart... What's up, Lincoln Clay? How you doing, man? But, people think, this Lockhart is going to, real... But, why are you excited for a weaker console? If it's not about the sales, right? Why, if you're excited about 12 teraflops of an Xbox Series X, why would you be hyping up a Lockhart? A weaker console that's going to replace the X. That's a shaft to the X. That's only 3 years old and they're getting rid of it. But why would you be excited about a weaker console? What's up, Blue? How you doing? And that's why I don't get it. That's why this whole message with the Series X and the Lockhart, I think it's confusing. I don't think they should introduce Lockhart, and I hope they don't. I hope they just talk about Series X and show amazing-looking games, show gameplay of Hellblade 2, gameplay of Halo Infinite, and it looks amazing that I can play on my PC. Yay. But do that. I think if they take this time and they start talking about Lockhart in the same time that Sony starts talking about the PlayStation 5, I'm telling you right now, the perception is going to be that Microsoft has the weaker console and that Microsoft is releasing a 4 or 5 teraflop machine. Microsoft is not as powerful as the PlayStation. The perception is going to be that, oh, Microsoft's doing it again. And people are going to go, wait a second, that's Series X. The thing is that Sony's going to be talking next-gen PlayStation 5, and that's the time that you introduce the Lockhart, the cheaper system, the weaker system, the system that I just think it's dumb. Just hold off on it. Still talk about the Series X and talk about the benefits and why that's better. than the PlayStation 5. Don't throw a console in there that's not better than the PlayStation 5 and have those going head to head. Oh, because of sales. No. That's stupid. That's muddy in the water. That's too confusing. But, hey, man, messaging and Microsoft don't go together. Those are two M's that don't go together. And God bless them. If they want to introduce Lockhart the same month that Sony's going to say PlayStation 5 full-blown graphics, and you want to show a console, it's like, hey, this is the budget console. The console for everybody. I wouldn't be talking about no budget console when Sony's showing their best hand. I will still be talking about my best hand. Hey, but that's me. And all I'm going to say is that the rubber is hitting the road finally. Thank goodness. And I am so happy that we're going to get some great... Last of Us is coming in another month. Once we're in May, we're in one more month. And Gear and Ghosts comes out a month after that. And we get Gears Tactics tomorrow. Glorious time. And we'll see where we go from there. But you know where to come for your genuine emotion. Grind my gears. You know where to come here. This is your channel. Like, subscribe, follow me over on Twitch. For those dudes that want to watch some gameplay, what grinds my gears 7780. And I want to thank you for another huge show. 35 more, all the likes. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. I'm going to continue doing this stuff. More content coming your way. And I want to thank you so much, grinders. Like, share out this video. Let's recruit some more grinders. Hit that subscribe button. And I want to thank you again, everybody. I am out.